Hey folks, this is a short video just showing you my new e-bike that I recently got. This is the Juiced Crosscurrent X. And for those of you who have been subscribers to my channel for a while, probably remember that I've had various different electronic vehicles and scooters in the past, mostly boosted boards, but other brands as well. The last one that I had was the Boosted Rev e-scooter, which I recently sold. And the main thing about that is it was a cool scooter. It could go pretty fast. It could go up to like 25, 24 miles per hour, but the range really sucked on it. I could only go a few miles at that speed. And I wanted something that I could go a lot further on. And I've always pretty much wanted an e-bike. Never had one before. In fact, I haven't really had a bike for like 20 years. And where I live, it really makes a lot of sense to have a bike because I live near a lot of bike trails and I can also use it for transportation to use those bike trails to go from different cities to different cities. And it just makes a lot of sense in the area that I live in. Plus, I wanted to get some bit of exercise as well. And with an e-bike, you are getting exercise because you are pedaling, although it's pedal assist. So basically, you can go a lot further than you could on like a regular bicycle. Like for instance, where I am here in the Richmond Marina Bay area, I can actually use this and bike all the way over to Treasure Island. I can go on bike paths all the way down to Emeryville and then through Oakland and over halfway over the Bay Bridge and then go over to Treasure Island and then come back. And with this bike, I can do that all on one charge because this bike has technically on the lower power modes up to 80 mile range with the 52 volt and 19.2 milliamp hour battery. So I'll probably do a full review of this bike after I've used it for a while. This is the medium size, and I think in the video with the wide angle lens it might look a little smaller than it is, but it is a pretty substantial size. E-bikes tend to be pretty heavy as well. I think this weighs something like 67 pounds or something like that. And if you take off the battery is like 11 pounds. The battery is a huge battery. So it's much lighter if you take off the battery. So if you need to lift it, that's what I would recommend doing. So the bike comes with certain things. It comes with the fenders, the rear rack, and the front fender as well. A really nice headlamp right here. And what else? It came with a bell, but I'm not using the stock bell. So as you can see, I've added a few other things to it. I've added this Rock Pros trunk bag right here. And then I've added, this lock. You've seen this lock before. I've reviewed that. I'll try to post that up here on the top right. Then I've added a rear view mirror here. And I've added a spur bell right here, which is the best bicycle bell because it has a really long sustain and it's really loud. Check it out. Highly recommend the spur bell. But I also added a horn as well, an alarm horn, which you can kind of see right here. That's this thing right here, right in the middle. And that has a wire. And that has a wire going up to this. And then if I'm on the streets with cars, I can actually, honk the horn like that. And then also it's an alarm too. It's a motion sensing alarm. It has a remote, so you can actually trigger it like a car alarm when you park and lock it up, so that if anyone ever moves the bike like that, it'll sound. And then I've got a cell phone holder here as well. So the horn thing is not friendly for when you're on like a bike path, just telling people, that you're on the left or whatever. It's really loud. That's mainly for cars when you're on the streets, but when you're on a bike path, you still want a bell. So you have to have both. So anyway, this is mainly just sort of an intro video, just showing you the bike. I will do a more full review video later, and then I'll probably also do some POV, point of view videos on different rides that I take. I need to actually get some sort of a GoPro mounting system, like a chest mount system for the DJI Pocket 2, because that's actually what I'm filming this on right now. Recently got that and really like the Pocket 2, but I need some kind of a GoPro mount for it, so I'll get that on order, and then maybe do some ride videos with this bike. This is the medium-size Juiced Crosscurrent X, by the way. It may look a little smaller than it really is in this video because I'm using a wide-angle lens. But it's actually the bike is actually a bit bigger than it looks actually, and it's a pretty good size. Actually, like when I step off of it, this part here is just right up on my inseam, just right about here. So Some assembly of this bike was required when I received it. They ship it to you kind of partly disassembled. It wasn't too bad. It took me over an hour just because I've never done it before, but if I had to do it again, it would probably take me less than an hour now that I know how to do it. But there were some quirks with it, like the rear wheel had a whole bunch of loose spokes right out of the box, probably just because of vibrations and shipping and stuff like that. So that's something I'm keeping an eye on. I don't know if there's any damage or anything. It's just the spokes really needed to be tightened up, but I have to monitor that to make sure they don't loosen up again. And then also one of these fender stays on the rear fender was completely off when I received it, so I had to put that back. The front fender you actually have to put on yourself, and that was a little tricky, to be honest. It actually said in the instructions that you may have to bend these stays, and that was really the case, because without bending this inward that way, the fender was rubbing against the tire. So I had to bend each one on each side just to get it to be lined up properly. But once I did, it worked out well. And I definitely wanted the fenders because that's really good if you're riding in the rain or ride through a puddle or something like that. You're not going to get all splashed, and then dirt is not going to get all, not as much dirt anyway, it's going to get all on the underside of the bike. So anyway, I won't ramble any longer in this video, but if you have any questions or comments, or you want to see further videos on the Juiced Crosscurrent X e-bike, let me know. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.